Now we want to go to James Mercante. He's the president of the New York Board of Pilot Commissioners, a maritime attorney. Thanks so much for coming on. Look, the attorney in me is going to be saying, who do you point the finger at? Who do you blame? If anybody. I mean, this could be just a tragic accident, but what are you looking at in terms of why this happened?
Well, you're looking at the ship mainly in the first instance. You're looking at the propulsion system. We don't know yet if it lost steering as well as propulsion. But when a ship loses propulsion, and it happens quite frequently in New York Harbor, that's one of the most of the incidents we have in New York Harbor is a loss of propulsion. Usually they get restored pretty quickly. Like you saw here, the lights went out, the lights went on. You saw the thick plume of black smoke. You know, at first people didn't know whether that was a fire in the engine room. We still don't know whether that could have been a fire in the engine room or just the emergency generator kicking on. But you look at mechanical, because these pilots that are doing, you know, they take on a pilot, a Maryland State pilot. And when they come on the ships to take them away from the berth and take it out to sea through the bridges, these are very skillful pilots. They've probably done that. Jesse, that pilot that was on that ship probably did that job hundreds of times in daylight and night.
You don't think it's fault that lies in that error, like human error that way?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I look at this, I think lawsuits are coming down the block.
Yeah.
Do you imagine that? Who would be sued? What kind of legal liability are we talking about here?
Well, obviously the ship is going to be sued, and the ship has their protection and indemnity insurance carrier. But the ship owner, the charterer, will be sued. The ship, look, I wouldn't be surprised in admiralty law there's something called limitation of liability. Every casualty, whether it's like Titanic or the Staten Island ferry, the ship usually comes out swinging first and files a limitation of liability action to get the venue they want. So all the cases are then decided in one court, in federal court, in admiralty. So I wouldn't be surprised if the ship's lawyers are already contemplating filing that type of action in federal court to get ahead of it.
And just going back to the human element of this, Leland talked about it. Let's address it again. The idea of the heroes in this. This is number 11. This is that dispatch warning over the emergency broadcast that I can't emphasize this enough. Literally saved lives.
Be advised, the entire bridge, the entire key bridge in the harbor. I advise to hold all traffic from coming to the bridge. I advise again, the entire key bridge has fallen into the harbor.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. And that literally saved people, because otherwise people would have just been going on the bridge. I mean, the fact that they had to do that is incredible.
And the fact that the benefit of having a local pilot on board, Jesse, to do that. He knew to call the bridge tower, and he knew to call a Mayday. And look, everyone knows the term Mayday. You don't have to be a mariner to know Mayday. Everyone knows that term. And when there's a Mayday, it's in extremis.
Have you ever seen anything like this? Is it preventable? Do you imagine anything like this could happen again? I mean, is this a one-off situation?
The bridges have been struck before. The Brooklyn Bridge has been struck. The Bayonne Bridge has been struck. The Tampa Bay Bridge was struck. But never to this catastrophic result, where like a domino effect, like a house of cards, that bridge just came tumbling down. They talk about that song, London Bridges Tumbling Down. This was something that we haven't seen, and hopefully we don't see again.
I watched that video. I still can't believe it's real.
It's like dominoes.
It's crazy. James Mercante, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.